All right, y'all. Most Dope podcast. We have a special guest tonight, Dos Muchos.
Hello, hello, hello.
How you doing, my guy?
Oh man, you know what it is, man. Slow motion, taking it easy.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
as usual.
That's good, man. We got Queen B over here.
Hi everyone.
How you holding up?
I'm holding.
All right. We're doing it. We're there. We're hanging on by threads.
Yeah.
Yes, literally.
Hey, Martin Lawrence,
Yeah.
ride that motherfucker till the wheels fall off. All right, we're going on episode number 2. So thank everybody who's listened to the first one. Bring them into the second one. I'm Gordy B. Queen B Dos Muchos. Let's see. Dos, what's your background, my guy?
Man, just a young man, you know what I'm saying? Born in Oceanside, California, you know what I mean? Back and forth between there and Yuma, Arizona. For the most part, you know what I mean? Grew up in Yuma, Arizona. Then came out here to Bakersfield, California, man, out here trying to make it happen.
Trying to live.
Yep, exactly, man. Out here trying to keep my head above sea level like everybody else, man, and do my thing, try to contribute to this world and be a, productive citizen and keep people moving to this music.
Hey, there you go, my guy. How did you get started with DJing?
Well, man, like it started like when I was young. I was, just growing up around, just music, music was always around me. Everybody in my family was always listening to music. And then ultimately, man, I just went to go see my mom. She was a single mom. She took me to go see, she went to go see Breaking, but she had to bring us with her. So we went to go see Breaking, man, and Breaking Part 1. It was 1984, and that was the first time I ever seen a DJ. Doing what he do and making the crowd rock. And I was just like, man, I want to do that, man. I was like, that's what I want to do. And then, years went by. I just pretty much just tried to find any kind of information I could on it. I'm watching videos. I'm listening to, just trying to figure things out. Just pretty much, there's no YouTube.
There's nothing back then.
It's all through osmosis. I'm over here just trying to figure it out. And then ultimately, my aunt, she started dating some DJ. And then, I was hounding him all the time. And he's taking me to little gigs and stuff. And then one day, he brought the stuff over there, man. And he was just like, man, he walked me through a couple basics. And then after that, man, I was just pulling up to any place I seen that had, like, I was basically just trying to put it together, man.
You were hustling.
Yeah. And I, like, everybody, like, at that time, equipment costed money. I lived with it, I lived with my great grandmother, and she's like, man, I'm not fixing to have all this stuff in my house. All these records and, ain't no laptops or nothing. So that was a thing. And then ultimately, like, a few of my friends, I'm sitting around the way, they had, like my boy, Richard McGee, like his daddy was a DJ. So I would go to his house and I'm over here, we're digging in the crates and stuff, and I'm rapping at the time, I'm trying to do my little rap thing.
Right.
And let me just get this out the way. I was listening to, don't ask for none of it. I was listening to some of it. I was busting some of that old stuff back in the day, and I was like, no, we're not doing this. Like, we're not, like there was a few years back, I probably let you hear some of this shit, but now I'm like, nah, we're good. We're good. Anyway, going on to that, he was my DJ, and for the most part, when we wasn't rapping and stuff, I'm over here putting together like, mixtapes, but him being a DJ at this time, didn't no DJ just let anybody just touch their stuff.
Yeah.
Even just like when my aunt's boyfriend was letting me on there, I had a certain amount of time, and ultimately they're like, all right, get out the way, motherfuckers. It just sound like shit right now. So, well, excuse the language.
Oh, you're good.
Okay. But then in the same token, like, we get over here and my boy, like, we're putting together these tapes, and I'm just pretty much just like, hey man, bring it in like this and do it like this and blah 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 blah. And then I go to my friend's house that had little turntables and stuff on top of the on top the little house turntables, and we sit there and put some shit together, and be over there just playing around with it. But ultimately we back here playing, and then it's funny, I was just talking about this the other today. I put a post up about. It was this episode of Everybody Hates Chris when he was DJing at this party, and it was almost like that. I was at this dance, and there's one DJ, Master D. He's actually the first DJ I actually seen with my own two eyes. Like, that's another thing. Like, the first time I seen a DJ in person, I remember I was on stage, and he was on stage and they were setting up, and I don't even remember how I got up there. But next thing I know, I was standing right behind him, watching everything he was doing. Like, I don't remember walking from the crowd to the. I was just up there standing behind him, watching him. I'm like, damn, okay, woo, woo. And then years later, I'm going to dances. I'm a teenager, and this dude's DJing my junior high dances. And then one day we're at this Boys and Girls Club dance, and I'm just over here in the cut like I usually do when I walk in there. I'm always right behind the DJ, just sitting there seeing what's going on.
Soaking it up.
Yep. And then I just sat there and I'm watching him. And then he just like, hey, like, hey, you want to get on? And I'm like, huh? And he's like, you want to get on? I'm like, yeah. And I'm like, you understand, like, this is not a school function. This is like a city teen function. So it's not like it's just confined to, my fellow students. This is, pretty much the city. And I just remember walking over there and going through that crate, and I just remember pulling out the record, and I just remember putting it on there. I could just hear all the murmuring, like, what's he doing? Like, what's he
no.
like, is he getting on this, and that? And I remember the first song I played was Latin Active from Lighter Shade of Brown. That was the first song I played, and I just remember, boom, I came right in behind it. Boom, came in right behind him. Boom, came in there, had that one rocking, for a minute. Then I dropped this Second to None, fucking Be True to Yourself. Came in with that one right on point, and then bam, I was hooked. I was like, I need this.
You felt the energy, and you fed off of it, and you're like, I need more of it.
Man, they could have said, man, you want $300 right now, in 1993, or you want to go ahead and run another set, you want to keep going. I done kept going.
All right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, just like that. It was boy,
the priority level of music and DJing and music was way beyond any kind of monetary.
Just the feedback. Like if he'd have been like, hey, youngster, like, you want to go ahead and rock the rest of this? I'd have been like, yeah,
hell yeah.
Let me get it. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, and ever since then, like, especially being on that, like, that was like, like, that was like hopping in a Corvette. You know what I'm saying? That was like this is
you got behind the
two
driver's seat.
Yeah. That was two techniques, and I was on, and I was like, okay, I like this shit right here, boy.
Yeah.
And then like all the turntables I had, they didn't even have pitch bend on them. So so this one I could adjust the
You
speed.
can adjust it up and down.
I was like, oh man, I was like, yeah. And then and then like I said, after that was over with, it was like, what now? Now I gotta get that again. And it took years. It took a couple decades,
So, what was his name? First DJ?
DJ Master D.
Master D.
Yeah, he got a son that be DJing out there in Yuma, DJ Sosa, and and it's funny because I got to years later I finally got to pull up on his dad and give his dad his props. Like, man, I don't know if you remember me, but you the first one to ever let me you the first DJ I ever seen. You the first one to ever let me, touch the turntables, man. And I wouldn't be doing it. And I'm DJ. I told him, I was like, I'm down here today. I live in California. I'm down here DJing today because of what you did. Yeah. And I was like, so yeah, I was glad I was able to do that, man. I really am. Yeah.
It's amazing how something like that can shape or direct somebody's life in a certain, a moment, right? Just a moment. A small gesture of him allowing you to get up, rock a couple, get that feel, and you were off to the races after that.
Right. You know what I mean? Like I said, it took a minute to get there. Just think about it. If I didn't have that to fall back on, like in life, to where I could be like, you know what? Let me go ahead and do this DJ shit. This motherfucker let me get loose one time. Let me go. I'm pretty good at this. Like, if he never gave me that opportunity, who knows what where I'd be right now. Yeah. Real shit.
Yeah, ripple effect.
Yeah. Real talk.
That's awesome, man. So besides him, who's your big influences, man?
Well, I gotta go ahead and say this because, like I told you earlier in the story, about the first DJ I seen on the movie. You know what I mean? DJ Chris the Glove. I seen him. You know what I'm saying? Him and Ice-T up there doing their thing, and I was like, man, And then fast forward, about good 6 years later. 6 years back from now. I went to some seminar, and got to meet the man, himself,
wow.
I'm saying, to where, he over here and put me on gigs and stuff, I'm saying, and, seeing how swell what I was doing, and, and man, like the first DJ I ever seen, just like, like it's.
Was it starstruck?
Yeah, it was, but then like, because I'm like, I don't know, it's weird, it's because like there's a lot of people I've met, and that were like, I've seen like from afar, like stars or whatever you want to call them, celebrities, whatever. But like being around him, it was, like I said, the DJ community is a little bit, the vibe behind a DJ it's a crew, you know what I mean? Like to put it in perspective, it's almost like you're dealing with music nerds. Everybody doesn't, you know what I'm saying? Everybody doesn't move to the same beat that we move to.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Like you can't sit up here and talk about DJing with somebody, you know what I'm saying, too much without them, you know what I mean, having to explain everything. And then there's certain people you just talk to, you know what I mean, the other DJs, and you're just like, boom, everything just it just flows. It's a secret society. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's crazy. And that's how I felt around him, and you know what I mean, and that's why, like, you know, it's like something I got to step back and be like, man, like, damn, like this the dude that, you know what I'm saying, made the, you know what I mean, that you know, he helped produce the Chronic. This the dude that, you know what I'm saying, you know, Phone Tap, you know what I'm saying, Dr. Dre, you know what I mean, Explosive. He's the one that did the drums on Explosive.
Yeah,
I have to sit back sometimes and be like, damn, you know, and then like on a whole other note, like when I asked, because I told him I had to ask him one time, I was like, man, I said, you know, I know you made you helped on the Chronic 2001. I was like, did Eminem ever tell you that your song is the first song that he ever heard, the first rap song he ever heard that made him want to rap? And he goes, he did tell me that.
Wow.
Yeah, you know what I mean? That song, Reckless, with him and Ice-T. And I'm just like, damn. And you know what I mean? And then, you know, I like that movie Breaking, like, you know, he produced that whole soundtrack, and he was just like a DJ just like you and me. And he said the whole story behind that was they were making the movie, and they were in the club that's in the movie Radiotron. It was actually called something else, but in the movie, I think they just called it Radio. Yeah, I might be mistaken. But either way it goes, he's in there, and he had some girlfriend at the time, and the girlfriend was like, hey, you know, these people over here talking about, you know, some movie, and they about to making a soundtrack, you know, with the shit going on in here. And he said, I went over there and started talking to him. They're like, you know, do you know, like, you know, we see you DJ, you know how to make a soundtrack? He's like, yeah. He's like, I had no.
He didn't know it, but hey, I'm gonna.
And boom, and and he said, next thing you know what I'm saying, June comes, this motherfucker over here, he sold, you know what I'm saying, like 3 million worldwide,
celebrity status.
Yeah, and he's like, whoa, like, you know what I mean, like that. He's like, he just took a chance, and
you got to believe in yourself. You got to take a chance on yourself.
Man, ain't nobody else gonna do it for you.
I mean, how many times are you gonna be presented with that opportunity? So whether you know it or not, you have to take it.
Man,
I'll figure it out as I go.
Man, and regret, boy, I nobody likes regret. Like I said, regret to me is almost like it's like dying all over. It's like dying, like a million deaths. Like you think about, like, man, I should have went and did that one time. And there's quite a few opportunities. You know what I mean? They didn't come with DJing, because with DJing, no. But like throughout my life, I've learned, like, there's been opportunities where I'm like, man, I should have stepped up here and did this, or you know what I mean, I could have did that. But then again, there's on the back end of it, I think about it all the time. I'm like, man, that shit could have corrupted me. You know, at a young age, I'm like I think about, like, when I was young. Yeah. If I started DJing when I was young, you know, all kind of mess I'd have been in at a young age, especially in the 90s,
in the club scenes and stuff.
Man, man, ain't no telling. I have my own little perception about it. Like in my hometown, I always tell my people, I'm like, if I was DJing in my hometown, I'd probably be in there DJing. I'd probably pull some little, you know what I'm saying, some little cute little thing. Next thing you know, what I mean, the club probably get, you know, tired of me, because I'm probably over here worried about her. They let me go. Some new DJ comes in there. I'm bitter about that. Next thing you know, she's over here bopping around. I'm over here pulling over here trying to, you know, causing domestics and stuff. I go to prison. Next thing you know, I know I get out. She's with my homeboy.
Oh, yeah,
I'm outside the house trying to, you know what I'm saying, texting her, trying to get the app, you know, I'm trying to get the Wi-Fi code so I can use my Text Now app. You know what I'm saying?
I ain't had no service at the time.
all the way bad, you know? Yeah. So.
Tell me, what's your favorite genre, man? Like, if it's up to you, if you get to play your own music, if it's, you know,
if I can stay in the old school pocket, you know what I mean? Like, that's my pocket, because I like it, because there's just so much built on it, and you know what I mean? There's I mean, you know, there's so many branches to it, and it's like, you know, and when you really think about it, when you go into old school, like, you know, you start going deep, like you start jumping into, you know what I mean, into other genres, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, like me growing up, I remember just listening to older people talk about parties they used to go to, and I was always just listening to, like, when they start talking about the music, like one dude was talking about, like, yeah, man, I remember, I remember I was in there, man, and they dropped, Let's Dance by David Bowie, you know what I mean? This, and that. I'm like, for real? Like, you know what I mean? Like, they're like, yeah, like, oh, man, it's grooving to that, or, you know what I mean? And I'm like, okay, like, you know what I mean? And I see that, you know, like, okay, it's, you know what I mean? There's the division, good music was good music.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And you know, of course, we can go ahead and, you know, by the song I just named, we can go ahead and be like, okay, I see the vibe they was in. They was in a funky vibe. But yet they didn't let you know what I'm saying, the genre, go ahead and
Go over and hit some George Michael or something.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like they was just partying. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? That's why I like old school, because it just covers so much. You know what I mean?
It's so broad.
Right,
Yeah.
right. Yeah, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And that's why that's why I like. And then, like I said, from there I can go anywhere. You know what I mean? I could, you know what I mean? I could be over here in this. Okay, so I could be like, okay, you know, we've been here too long. Let me go over here into this hip hop, or maybe I can go into this rock set. It doesn't matter where I can. I got so many branches. I can go right there.
Especially because so much is sampled
Right
from the old school.
Right.
We can flow in.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. And then also another thing is, like, you know, it's old school music, and a lot of people got a lot of good memories with, you know, behind it. You know what I mean? And then, you know, you got them ones, you know what I'm saying, where, you know, sing-alongs, you know what I'm saying?
Oh,
Everybody,
yeah.
you know, everybody, the whole party's in here. They know the song, you know what I mean? And,
Popping on Sweet Caroline.
right. Hey, you know what? I haven't been nowhere where I've been able to run that one.
No?
No.
Oh, man.
I haven't been to run. You know, I know that's the go-to. I know that's the you can go ahead and get the whole place, you know, jamming with that one. You know what I mean? But yeah, I haven't got to drop that one. Yeah.
Oh, man, you got to drop it.
Yeah, I
man.
know. I got
surprise somebody.
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
Just boom.
Yeah. It's got you know what it is. It's got to be the right place, you know.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it sure does, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was a crate that I seen while I was scrolling through. It was a Spotify crate.
I already know which one you're about to say. I already know which one you're about to say. I can show it to you right now. I already know what you're about to say.
It was pretty recent, right?
Is it you talking about songs that white people cannot resist?
Yeah,
Yes.
the songs that white people go crazy to.
Yeah. And that one got the bangers in there. They got the bangers. We talk, man. We talk, Don't Stop Believing. Yeah,
Oh, my God,
yeah. Woo, yeah.
Journey.
Yeah.
Oh man, they love that shit.
Yeah, I know where I can run it. It ain't even necessarily just all white people, but like I could run it in just like, you know, the right spot, and it's just like
Because again, music transcends.
Yes.
Right? Like it doesn't matter. Like movies have soundtracks.
right.
And we hear a song from a movie, whether we're white, Mexican, black, whatever it may be, it's a great movie. We love it.
Right.
And then we hear that song, we know it was on that movie, and we love the song anyways, right?
Right.
It's
You just brought one to mind. For instance, one of the songs I play, and I when I drop it, I don't give a fuck where I drop. I know where I'm at. I know I pick my points.
Yeah.
It's the fucking Grease from Frankie Valli. You
Oh,
know?
yeah.
That one. I dropped that one, and everybody like, oh, you know, it's funky too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then everybody knows it because they've seen Grease.
It's a classic movie.
Oh man, yeah.
It's
all
one
day.
of the, let's go into your creative process. So when you're setting up a set, when you're trying to get through, you're choosing your tracks, you're trying to create unique mixes. What is your mentality or mindset or attack and approach on creating that?
Okay, that's a very good question. As a matter of fact, I've never been asked that question before. So y'all getting the first here. Check this out. Okay, and my process is that, like we were talking about, like, you know, if we're somewhere and they ask for somebody to play music, apparently the people that show up there, they want to hear music.
Sure.
Me personally, I don't try to undermine the people's musical knowledge. Okay, so one thing I try to do is goes kind of like what you're saying about the movie thing and things of that nature. Like I read the crowd, and I try to, like, you know, I know, you know, looks can be deceiving, but I try to read the crowd and be like, okay, these people look like, you know what I'm saying, like, you know, they might mess with this. You know, I gotta find them.
Yeah.
Okay, but once I do find them, I try to, I don't go off. I try to keep it on the beaten path, but I try to go and, you know, those B-sides. Like, say for instance, if I'm playing something off of let's say I'm playing something off of, like, say, the Chronic or something.
Right.
Okay, you know, you heard nothing but a G thing. Okay, but then I might go into one of the, you know what I'm saying, the B-sides, you know,
The
what I'm
lesser
saying?
known.
Yeah. Yes, you know what I mean, if it permits, and I'm like, oh, okay, you know what I mean, bam. Okay, and that's the thing. To put it in perspective, I try to play the song. When I go into a spot, I'm like, I want to play shit in here that these walls have never heard. At least for a nice chunk. I want, but the people, but I don't want to alienate the people.
No, but that's your job as a DJ as well, is to introduce people to new music as well.
Right,
so that's what you're doing.
Right, yeah. If they haven't heard, like one of the compliments I was gotten, like, you know, like they'd be like, man, I was hitting up so and so, and I was like, man, you was over here playing some shit the other day, and I was just like, man, like, what song is that he was playing? And he's like, I asked the OG. OG's like, I don't know what that shit was. I don't know what that was. You know what I mean? Like I'm trying to make people pull out their motherfucking Spotify's. You know what I'm saying? And then
Shazam's.
Right. And then on the same token, like, you know what I mean? I want it to where, like, you know what I mean? Like, everybody got problems and stuff. And I'm just trying to make sure everybody having a good time. But I want, like I said, that's where those B-sides come in at, to where I'm taking you to those songs that where you like, man, like, I haven't heard this in years. Like, this is my jam right here. You know what I mean? And you know what I mean? And that's that. I want it to be an experience. I want it to be experienced. You know what I mean?
So when that music came out and we had tapes,
right,
whatever it may be, and we weren't able to hit a track instantly, right? You had to listen through some tracks or forward or whatever else, and or just try to listen through the whole album. Now, there may have been 2 bangers on the album, right? Two hot tracks, 2 singles that were on that album. And the rest of the album might have been mediocre, might have been okay, might have been decent, right?
Right.
But there's that 3rd or 4th song in there that they actually had to listen to get to that one song.
That's right.
And I remember that song coming up to East 1999 Bone Thugs or whatever,
right,
you know, like,
yeah. You're like, okay, man, like, damn, like, man, you dropped Mr. Bill Collector.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that. Yeah, exactly. Like, for instance, I was playing something. There's a song off of the Above the Rim soundtrack, and some youngster came up to me and he was like, man, like, I ain't never heard nobody play, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Was it Blown Away? You know what I'm saying? I'm like, how you know about that song? Like, you know what I mean? But like I said, it's a soundtrack. It's on a soundtrack. So, you know what I mean? And then, I can't, I said he was younger, but I don't know what his music buying, you know what I'm saying, experience was. He might have had the whole soundtrack in his house, and, you know what I mean? He might have known, like, okay, this guy's Regulator on there.
Yeah,
so,
exactly. That's,
but you know what? I let this play past Regulator one day, and this motherfucker had some shit on there that, you know what I mean, that was going. Oh, shit, I thought I turned this off.
Oh, you good, man. You're good. We can do whatever the fuck we want on this podcast.
R2 tripping.
Hey,
right
R2's, hey, I love R2, man.
Hey, that's funny. I always say, one thing I say about R2D2, I was like, man, you know, everybody look at R2D2 and be like, okay, yeah, it's R2, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, man, don't you know, like, if you look at least the first 6 movies, every one of those, like, situations they was in, R2 got them out of every one of them motherfuckers. Everyone. Everyone.
R2 was the ride or die, man.
Yeah, the first 3. Yeah, the first 3. He got him out. He's the one that had the plans on the first one. He got the plans.
Yep.
On the second one, he's the one that fucking
hooked up to the computer, turning and twisting it.
He told him, like, didn't y'all know that they turned this shit off when we landed? They got it. He's like, what? He's like, yeah, nigga, let me just go ahead. Boom, and they went into hyperspace.
And they were shocking the shit out of him, blowing him up. They had to rebuild his ass.
And then remember the third one when they had to open up the fucking thing, and that's when they went ahead and blew him to bits. And,
and Luke loved him.
Yeah, he held it down.
Luke understood him.
Mm-hmm.
He's like one of the only ones that understood Wookiees.
But see, it's a spiritual thing, you know. Like, you know, I mean, I'm from Arizona, you know what I'm saying. So, you know, like I said, I can, you know. Well, then again, like me personally, you know what I mean? Like I had a babysitter that used to speak to me nothing in Spanish. I had to go to ESL myself, you know what I'm saying, as a kid. Yeah. So, but the point being is like I was saying, like, yeah, you can talk Spanish. I'm gonna understand everything you talking about. I know what's going on. Like, like, hey, like, no, he said he wanted his money back.
Same thing growing up in Arvin as a white guy, man.
Right.
Yeah, it was all Hispanic, man. I was like, I can understand you motherfuckers. I can't talk to you in that language, but I hear you.
I know that. Yeah, that's the thing. I can get a little bit in there and be like, and we're gonna get an understanding. We're gonna be like, okay. Yeah, we everything gonna be all right when we leave. Yeah.
So I'm gonna sway real quick. We had a little talk the other day. We were talking about top 5, top 10, top 15 black actors.
Got you. Oh man.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Hey. She had Will Smith in the top 5. I'm a top 15 somewhere. Will Smith is in the top 15 for me.
I agree.
However, we Googled it, right? Because it's like, man, there's a ton, right, that we forget about, right?
Right.
She didn't know Tupac acted. Go ahead and speak on it.
No, I did know he acted, but you can't put him in the same place as Will Smith.
Yeah. Oh,
You can't.
Wow.
A poetic justice above the rim.
No, that's a very good argument.
Yeah.
That's a very good argument.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's an argument of quality over quantity.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? That's what the argument is right there.
Will Smith cranked out 30 movies. Pac did 4 or 5.
And then you know what I mean, and then they'll test, you know what I'm saying, like, you know, not you know what I'm saying, you're a little younger, but I understand, like, probably when you know, at the time, I'm pretty sure it was nothing for an artist to be in a movie, you know what I'm saying, and you know, especially a rap artist, you know what I'm saying, at the time when Tupac was in a movie, like, it wasn't just him being a rap artist in a movie, like, he was acting, like, he really had, like, you know, some.
I mean, he went to all them schools and everything in New York with Jada and everywhere else. I mean, he was in arts.
Right.
He was in performing arts, so he knew acting.
That was the plan. That, I think, if anything, I think that was the plan A. I think the acting was the plan A. I think he was like, this is what I'm gonna go do, and I think the hip hop thing came around, and he was just like, you know, I don't know this to be true, but I mean, it seems like that. I've had very many
acting might have been safer for the
right. And there's been many discussions / arguments about, you know, Tupac, you know, with a lot of Tupac fucking fanatics, and they're like, and I'm like, you know, like, bro, like, he couldn't be, you know, and please don't nobody knock me behind.
They're gonna come after you now. They're gonna come after you, man.
Yeah, because we can get deep, but we ain't gonna get deep. But the point being is that, like, I'm like, well, look, you know, the man, you know, when he was a kid, apparently, you know, he was going to these schools and stuff. So, like, you know, he couldn't have been thugging the whole entire time. I mean, I'm like, but he knows what he's talking about. Like, I'm not debating none of that, but. Like, you know, like, don't sit up here, you know, that's his cast as they want. Like, man, he was thugging from, you know what I'm saying, from the birth, man. He was out there doing. I'm like, no, he wasn't.
No, he was out there doing ballet for a while.
Yeah, y'all better.
He was doing performing arts.
He was a kid. He was a kid. He was a kid once. Don't act like this man been grown his whole life. Like, like, stop it.
What is that when actors go up on stage and they like do an impromptu act with each other? What is that called? I forgot what it's called, but you know, where the actors just off the fly say, "Okay, I'm a dying cancer patient, and do it right now, right? Just right now, right?"
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
And those were the schools that he was in. So he was, you know, he grew up rough. We know the story about his mom. We know, you know, about his father or lack thereof.
Right.
And we knew, you know, from Bronx, from New York to Oakland to, you know, Bay Area and everything else in that transition. So, you know, I can't doubt that the guy actually went through some tough shit.
Yeah, I'm not doubting that. Yeah, not at all. But you know, one thing I have to say though, like you know, about like all the arguments I be having about with like Tupac and stuff, like, boy, like, I have to say, like, the fanatics have died down since the 90s. Because I'm telling you, like, I used to, boy,
get into some debates about it.
It'd be some outlandish stuff, and I was like, man, like, calm down, like, this dude really, like, like, he was a human being.
He's
like,
still a normal dude. Yeah, he's still a guy.
Like,
yeah, he's not a god, you know, but yeah, he blew up. He blew up.
Oh man, like, I mean, you know, like, no, I mean, I don't think nobody knew. Like, oh yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Me personally, my deal, like my awareness to the man. Like, I remember when he came out on the Digital Underground song, same song, and that was my favorite verse on there. I was like, that dude killed it. Okay?
Yeah.
And then I remember when Juice came out. When I seen him in Juice, I hated Tupac.
Man,
I hated Tupac. I was like, fuck Tupac. I was like, fuck that. But that shows you how good of an actor he was. Because I was like, fuck that old sneaky ass motherfucker. I was like, for real. Like, I had one of my friends, he was telling me, a little younger than me, he said he remembered when his brother came home with All Eyes on Me. He said, I remember he came home with the tape, and I'm like, you done bought Bishop's album?
Bishop, yeah, Bishop. It wasn't Tupac, it was Bishop.
He's young, like, they watch this shit, like, you know, he's like, you buying Bishop shit? Like, what the fuck? Like you tripping.
Who was he in Above the Rim? Birdie.
Birdie
in Above the Rim.
Yeah, he was, boy.
Hey.
Yeah, he was trying to get his motherfucking dinero on in that one. Yeah, he was. But yeah, but in Juice, he made me believe that was him. Like, the way he was, and you know what I mean, the temperament, you know what I mean. Like, I was around motherfuckers like that. I ain't saying they were around here killing people, but like I was around, you know, temperamental motherfuckers like that. Like when he was when he was sitting in the house and he was just looking out the window watching them. He's like fucking riding man. And they're like, what's your problem? He's like, you my fucking problem. I was like, okay, like. Like I said, when I see him do that shit, I was like, yeah. Or like the one dude was like, maybe we should do some other time. Like, this nigga scared.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. I was like, yep.
We've all been around somebody.
Yeah. And he made me believe that was him. You know what I mean? And you know what I mean? I had to hear All Eyes on Me for him to drag me back. Well, I get around. I was like, all right, you got
you got a little hits here and there.
And me personally, I'm not buying the album still, but
I listen to it every once in a while.
Yeah, I like that song. But then when All Eyes on Me came out, well, I'll back it up. When Me Against the World came out, I was like, okay, because this is a little deep. You know what I mean? But then in my mind, I'm like, well, I'm getting in trouble too. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So like, I understand you want to sit back and reflect. You know what I'm saying? I'm 15, 16 at the time. I'm like, okay, nigga, I know they about to send you to prison. So you want to reflect and kick some knowledge. Yep. But then when All Eyes on Me came out, that was a monster. That was
a double, right?
That was a double. That was the album I heard the best put. They said, if you wanted to tell somebody, show somebody what the 90s is about, just play that out. Yeah. Just play that out. That's the 90s right there. Yeah. You know what I mean?
So what's going on in Dos Muchos business life, man?
Oh man,
this month, next month, what do you got going? Where are you gonna be?
Man, I'm out here trying to get back out here to Arizona, man. I'm out here trying to go ahead and get back to my hometown, go out here and run. They've been asking for your boy to be out there. I'm trying to go out there and have a little gig out there. I'm working on that, and then this Saturday, actually, I got to go do this. They have a pub crawl down here in
down McMurray.
Right. They got in downtown. Yeah, they got me on the I'm on the last end. It's the where was it at the Mint. I'm gonna be at the Mint over there on that. And then I got Santiago's, and then I got what's the other one, the Hideout, man. And I mean, it's still moving and grooving.
Who's the event downtown, the pub crawl? It's for somebody, right?
Yeah, it's I believe you know me. I'm from I'm from out of town, man. So
I don't have the name. I don't have the name on hand.
Yeah,
either.
I got it right here. I don't want to speak about it and not mention.
I
don't want to do that.
We'll get it out there.
It's the man. His name was Mike. I forget his last name, man. Right. But, my boy told me about him. Pretty much, I guess he's pretty much real active out here, and I'm saying in the the little entertainment industry. He was out here. I guess he's putting on shows and whatnot, and you know what I mean. A lot of people I mess with, they got got a lot of love for this cat, and and apparently this ain't the first one. This is this is the annual thing that they've been out here running behind this man,
keeping his memory alive.
Right. So
that's all somebody can ask for, man.
Man, who you tell?
That's all we can ask for.
Yeah.
They say you die a second time or you die twice when nobody mentions your name ever again. Right. So hey, talk about me after I die. Talk about me.
Yeah, that's funny you say that. I remember I was watching this boxing match. I remember it was one of these. I'm a boxing fanatic. I was watching this match. Mike Tyson's old coach. He was coaching this dude. It was some fight. It was like on 11 o'clock in the morning and shit. Right. I'm watching this about 2012. And dude, he was over here. You know what I'm saying? Dude was in here. He was losing pretty much most of the match. And then it's a championship match. So once he got to round 10, that's a championship round.
Oh yeah.
And he told that dude. He goes, "Do you believe in magic?" You know what I'm saying? He's like, "I'm telling you, if you believe, it's like I'm telling you, we can make magic here tonight." He goes, "Because you know what? I know your father just passed away." He's like, "But if you just go out here and you go whoop this dude right here," he goes, "He's like, your father will come back to life because when they speak about you, they'll have to speak about your father."
Yeah, absolutely.
And he went out there and
dug deep. He had to dig real deep.
I said he was sitting on that one.
I mean, if you were getting beat for 9 rounds, man, you had to dig deep for the last 2 rounds.
Yeah, his coach told him that. And he went out there and turned it up. You know what I mean? He told him, "I know you're tired. I know you don't but this." He's like, "You go out here and you do this," and that's what you're saying, you know what I mean? Like when we go out here and do this thing for this man, apparently, you know what I mean? He's still here. He's
still alive. He's still around, man. Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely.
So I got that going on, and then for the most part, man, I'm just I don't know, man. I love this DJing shit, man. But I mean, I'm not, and you know what I mean. I'm a humble person. I'm I understand, Like everybody got their own thing, but man, like me personally, like I'm not satisfied with the comfortable number 2.
No,
I'm
absolutely not.
like I said, I'm not. You know what I mean? That's just me. I'm always just trying to. But in the same token, I'm trying to have fun. I got to have fun. Otherwise, if I ain't having fun, I don't want to do this.
You're not going to do it anymore. You're going to burn out. It's not fun anymore.
Yeah, as simple as that.
Yeah, absolutely, man.
You know?
Technology, man. We got Twitch. Just announced that they have their new DJ platform where we can stream and not get taken down, man. They said, I believe it goes something along the lines that they're going to pay the artists, whoever you play, whoever you're mixing on Twitch. Me, I got like 5 Twitch followers. I ain't even heavy on Twitch right now.
Who you telling? You might have 4 more than me.
Eventually, man, we'll get the setup and we'll go on Twitch every Wednesday. Anytime you guys want to come by Wednesdays, usually it's Wednesdays. You guys are always welcome. Man.
Gotcha, appreciate it.
Yeah, we want to make a, some culture, man. Some camaraderie, some DJs, kicking back, enjoying each other.
Right.
And it's none of the BS, man.
Right. That's yeah. And you know how it is, man, as a DJ, like, for the most part, feel like this. The filters are turned on high.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's turned on high. You go out here, you're trying to go out here and, do what you do, but when it comes to this, you got your guards up and things of that nature, you know what I mean? And I'm gonna tell you like this, one of the DJs, man, rest in peace, Alex G, he said some real shit one time. He goes, he had this vent. He was like a little vent he had. And I remember what he said. He addressed the crowd. He goes, look, man, he goes, I know all of us in here, we got our own things and this and that, blah, 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 differences. He goes, but one thing all of us DJs have in common is the love for music. So as long as we got that, what I'm saying, that's a plus, what I'm saying, anything can be built off of that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's where I come from, the same place. Like, that's as simple as that. Like, everybody, you can be a DJ, you can do whatever you do, but everybody ain't gonna love this music like a motherfucking DJ gonna love it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So we're gonna close out, man. We're gonna keep our podcast down to about 30 to 45 minutes. How can they follow you, man?
Oh man, you can follow me at I'm on TikTok at DJ Dos Muchos. That's DeeJayDosMuchos. Same thing on Instagram. It's the real DeeJayDosMuchos. I'm on Facebook. Like we said, Twitch. I'm everywhere with it. You know what I mean? That's all. Hey man, let me just say, man, thank you for having me on here, man. And like I said, man, keep this thing going, man, because like I said, DJs need this, man. It's like therapy.
Yeah, we're gonna grow it, man. Yeah, we're gonna grow it, man. We're gonna have our drink. We're gonna have our smoke. We're gonna chill. We're gonna play music and talk all things DJ, business, culture, everything in between.
Most definitely.
Final thoughts, man. Final thoughts before we close out.
Man, say, wow, that's another one I ain't never got. You know what? Final thoughts. I'm just gonna say this, man. Like, man, whatever. I'm gonna say for me personally, I'm supportive of everybody because everybody gets their shot. You know what I mean? And so, that's why you gotta be supportive of everybody because ultimately you're gonna get your shot one day, and you're gonna want everybody to be supportive of you. So just keep that love out there, man, and don't don't let nobody deter you from what it is you trying to do, and just keep pushing, man. You know what I mean? It ain't easy, ain't nothing. You won't gonna come easy. You know what I mean? And just if you like me, like I want everybody to have everything they want in life, as long as it don't hurt nobody else, man. And as simple as that.
Yeah, do whatever you want as long as you're not affecting anybody else. Don't care.
There's enough for everybody.
That's right. That's exactly right.
There's plenty. Yeah.
That's right.
All right, so we're gonna sign off. DJ Gordy B, Queen B Dos Muchos joined us today. Thank you for coming out, brother.
Thank you, man. Thank you. Appreciate you for having me, man.
Appreciate you, my guy. And that's a wrap.